Y'all, let me tell you about this man. Yep, I'm talking about Jesus again. I'm talking about the one that used a Samaritan woman as evidence. Evidence that he is who he say he is, and that he is the one and only true and living, true and living God. I mean, let's look at the story. So Jesus was traveling and he came to a city called Samaria, where there was a well. Jesus, being tired from his journey, he sat by the well. And as he was sitting, there comes a woman that was coming to draw water from the well, which was odd to begin with because it was like the 6th hour, and the 6th hour was like the hottest part of the day. And just to add a little more context, women would normally go to the well when it's like early in the AM or late in the evening to avoid the heat. So readers came to the conclusion that she was avoiding people due to shame and her reputation. But back to the story. Jesus asked her for a drink, and she responded by saying, "How come you asking me for a drink and I'm a Jew?" Because back then, Jews and Samaritans was like oil and water. They was like black and white during Jim Crow. They wasn't supposed to have no dealings together. Jesus said, if only you knew the gift of God and who it is that's asking you to give them a drink. Because if you did, you would have asked him and he would have given you living water. Then there was some dialogue in between about this living water, and eventually, this Samaritan woman asked for it. And Jesus told her, "Go get your husband first and tell him come here." She said, "I don't have a husband." Jesus said, This is true. You have told the truth. For you have had 5. And the one you sleeping with now ain't even yours. And then she perceives. She said, "This must be a prophet." And then she says, "I know that the Messiah is coming. And when he comes, he's going to tell us all things." Jesus said, "I who speak to you am he." And I bet her eyes went. The Samaritan woman then drops what she had, what she was doing, and then goes to town to tell everybody, "Y'all come see a man. Come see a man and told me everything I ever did." And people really started to come based off her testimony. But what I really like about this story, y'all, is that the Samaritans, they didn't just take her word for it. They said they needed to see the evidence themselves and believe for themselves. So my question is to you, how has God used your story, your life, as evidence?